Today, the 3 skin treatments in Korea you're not allowed to do in the USA or some other countries, but everybody wants to. What if I told you some of the most effective skin treatments in the world, the 3 skin trends in Korea, are illegal to do in many of these countries like the United States? Yes, there are even some skin basics like specific Korean sheet masks. You haven't been able to get them in certain countries. Well, for those until now. But before we get into skin boosters, exosomes, polynucleotides, salmon facials, and the like, let's talk skincare, like those great sunscreen ingredients that you're all seeking. Well, they're not legal in the USA and many countries, even though they are fantastic. I use them when I'm over there in Korea. In fact, I'm going there in 2 days again. Worse yet, many of those imported SPFs and skincare are, well, total Franken products, meaning the label looks legit, but the UV filters are not. And in fact, some of them could be even harmful. You see, sunscreens are actually FDA regulated, so if you're indeed buying those, it's not legal. And I bet they are not even genuine, even possibly harmful. Let's dive in and also talk about the alternatives, what you do have available that you can substitute and that are great. And as always, what you should avoid. You see, I've trained around the world, and what I saw in Korean clinics, it blew me away. Patients were walking out with glass skin that looked filtered in real life, chuk skin. So the #1 Korean beauty trend Americans are dying for but can't legally access is, well, #1, skin boosters and PDRN, polydeoxyribonucleotides. There's also PN, polynucleotides, on a similar line but slightly different. I go into the details in my video on the salmon sperm mechanism of action, and I've actually been to the factories. I've seen the whole deal on this. You see, these aren't your basic HA fillers, hyaluronic acid fillers. It's actually a liquid derived from salmon DNA. Yes, salmon, and it's injected in micro droplet style all across the face. You see all little dots across the face, and you're walking down the streets in Korea and you see people walking around with just dots on the face, little bumps where they've been injected, kind of like when you get allergy shots, but all over the face. Those bumps, yes, they do go away after about a day or 2. And in Korea, it's called the baby skin shot. In the USA, not FDA approved. Why? Because even though it's been used for decades safely in Asia, the US regulatory system is cautious about biologics. But the results? Smoother texture, smaller pores, firmer skin. Baby face, I call it, or some of you call it filter face, like the filters on the cameras, but in real life. Think of it like watering a thirsty plant, not repainting the leaves. You're not changing how the face looks like fillers do. It instead regenerates. And in the US, we try to mimic it with microneedling it in and PN, PDRN, or exosome creams, but it's not the same. However, great quality Korean sheet masks used to infuse ingredients for 15 to 30 minutes at a time are a great option here. And a serum used in something called plasma boosters. You can go to plasmaboosters.com and look that one up. Now you're going to say, yeah, we do have one skin booster FDA approved in the USA, and it's called Skin Vive. But it's not really a skin booster, it's actually a cross-linked filler made of Vicross technology. Yes, they're trying to capture that market, but it was instead a bit of a fail because you can't use the same techniques with filler-like products. And if you've had a comment below, you've probably had a lot of bumps all over your face because people are trying to use it mesotherapy style, like a skin booster in Korea or in Europe, and it's just not. So we really don't have one FDA approved in that manner. Now, trend #2, injectable exosomes. Exosomes are like text messages from your younger self, reminding your skin how to behave like it's 25 years old again. They're the gossip queens of your skin. What are they spreading? Well, all the right beauty secrets. They come in actual little injectable vials, and these tiny cellular messages tell your skin to act young again. And in Korea, they use them with things like microtoxin or lasers. Here, well, it's a gray zone. You see, the FDA does not recognize exosome products as safe or effective for injections. Now, keep in mind, you do have your own exosomes in your body right now. You see, we used to think they were waste products in your body, but now we know they're crucial components. And you can get them by spinning your own blood down with something called PRF, platelet-rich fibrin. They've been proven in the spins, well, of some of the systems. You want to ask your injector if they're using a system where this has been proven. You want to research that system. Here's a picture of when I was in Korea. This is how they measure them. Remember I said they're tiny messengers? Well, what they do is kind of brilliant. They flash light on these small particles. You can see here these little flashes, and it makes them bigger so that you don't need these fancy microscopes to actually visualize them. And you can use different methods like CD counts. But the key is, just know you have to be proven in the spin. You have to spin the blood properly, of course, to get stem cells and exosomes. But exosomes are in your own blood, so you can use them. And yes, there are recent studies showing some of the vials of the products that are available contain no active exosomes because they're freeze-dried at the factories that I was in. But some manufacturers do have them active and have figured them out. You just got to sort through them. Now, yes, some providers here are smuggling them in, or people are DIYing them at home themselves and getting investigated. They can be used here as topicals, just not injectables. Microneedling so far has been tolerated in the legal realm. So you will see some good products sold as topicals as opposed to an injectable. I did a video of injectors going to jail. So you can watch that one if you want to see. But most commonly, they're getting in trouble with their own licensing boards, not the law per se yet. So in summary, exosomes are a gray area. It's like sneaking snacks into a movie theater. Everyone knows it's happening, but technically it's not allowed. Trend number 3 disallowed are unapproved biostimulators, DIY injectable kits, and non-FDA biostimulators. You'll find them all over Korean websites: mesotherapy blends, polynucleotide cocktails, collagen stim shots, mesotherapy, particles in products like PDO threads. Like, you know how you get those PDO threads? There's also PCL and PLLA. Well, you can grind them up into fine particles that are about the size of a sculptor particle and put them in a liquid or allow someone to reconstitute it themselves and inject it. So PCL is a common one, polycaprolactone particles used as a skin booster. Pretty cool, right? It's like a liquid thread lift in a sense. They lift, smooth, and tighten, and some of them actually work amazingly well. Here's the issue in the United States. If it's injected, it's considered a drug or a device. Interestingly, fillers are considered devices, not drugs. Botox would be an example of a drug, but both of them need FDA approval and have regulation. Now, your injector will know all of this. This is well known, but how would you know, the consumer? So see an expert. Who pays the price for this? Well, not the company selling to the clinic. The clinic pays the price, but ultimately the consumer, you, because a lot of people don't understand how to take care of the complications of these, and they can't be dissolved. So yeah, the injector is typically on the hot seat. There are case reports and articles of one US injector who got jail time recently for importing and using non-FDA approved injectables. I made a video on that one you can watch, but for your injector, it's like installing a jet engine in your car. You might fly, but you could also crash. So what can you do if you're in the US and you want the Korean glow? Think all natural, like I mentioned, PRF. Think real, genuine K beauty masks. They're now available in the USA. Make use of FDA approved biostimulators like Sculptor used in expert hands. Remember, Sculptor has an excellent safety profile and longevity profile, and it can be used variously. So your expert might go from, your expert user might go from using it 5-to-1 concentration to even 36-to-1 concentration. Never in the lips, never in the neck, and never under the eyes. But your expert injector knows that. You just need to see an expert, but they last longer than a lot of the products that you're seeking that are not FDA approved. So there's a bonus. Get facials like Viora's Prime and Aqua facials. They're ubiquitous. They're at every med spa now. Buy quality USA skincare. Yes, it's not pennies, but buy less products and get more real quality. You see, a leaf doesn't stay soft and firm because you wax it. It stays alive because it's hydrated from the inside out. The same is true for your skin. True radiance doesn't come from just coating the surface. It comes from fueling your skin's structure with what it needs. Water, lipids, and collagen support. It's what we don't pay enough attention to, collagen support. So don't paint the leaf, stay looking like yourself, not painted. Not painted like you would with using fillers or illegal products. Now, what about threads? They came to the USA from Asia, didn't they? Yes, PDO threads should be used in baby face style, not in jack your face up, big thread lifting, permanent face lifting threads. It's not a substitute for a facelift. And that's the problem when threads came to the USA, but used baby face style in combination with the bio-stimulators and the PRF and all your great skincare, they work amazingly well. And please, never inject something you bought online. Your face is not a DIY project. I've trained with Korean doctors, studied these technologies firsthand, and you'll now want to watch this video all about the baby face and the baby face facial so you understand how and exactly the details of these treatments and how they're used in Korea. Stay tuned here. Keep your skin and body beautiful, healthy, and vibrant.